5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Last Minute Continue Cast, or LMC Cast for short. LMCC, something along those lines. As per usual, I'm Earthart, and today with me we have the boss man himself, Kevin.
Hello, everybody.
We have a Shadow Fox.
Oh, hi.
We have a Random Genius.
Hello there.
And we have a Vija.
Good evening.
And as it's the end of another year, essentially, for when we're recording this, we're going back to our traditional end of season game, the Red Dragon Inn.
Yay!
Time to enjoy drinks again.
Yeah. So despite we're recording this fairly early for the end of the year, but me and Shadow Fox, along with Turbo, still need to record one more set of episodes.
I mean, is it truly early for the end of the year and for Christmas when they start having all the Christmas decorations out?
To be fair,
that would be
yet
August.
to see any.
Where have you been?
Yeah, it's like we're not even past that. For context, this is before Halloween we're recording this, but there are Christmas decorations out.
I guess my Tesco's are too small. Still got all the Halloween pitchforks and scythes.
So my
What's the name?
Tesco doesn't have anything Halloween based. It's all Christmas.
To be fair, I thought you were going to say that it started to stock all the Easter stuff.
Oh god.
No,
that's after Halloween we get all the Easter stuff.
Yeah,
Also,
I know the exact date they get delivered, and it is the 26th of December. Easter eggs are delivered.
it is surprisingly early. I start seeing Easter stuff.
Yeah, well, it's because people will buy it. It's chocolate.
Rudolph lays them.
So we've gone slightly off topic.
Indeed. But also, I don't know whether or not, because we had at the end of last season, we did have Nabal, who's only not here today, Nabal's songbook for the end of the year. We might have one of those before the end of the season. You never know.
We shall see.
So we might have even more Pizza Tower music on it.
Maybe.
I'm going to tell you, Pizza Tower's probably going to be on the Game of the Year awards as well, for one person in particular. No guesses as to who.
Okay.
But yes, as we're Red Dragon in it again. Now, first of all, I think, Kev, you want to go over a few house rule things we do.
Right. Okay. So we at LMC, if you've caught any of our videos on YouTube, we've done like 9 or 10, I think, sessions over the few years. They're quite popular, actually. But one of the things that we do when we play Red Dragon Inn is we play a couple of things a little bit differently to the official rules. So we have some house rules that is important to let you know about now. The first is, when we do gambling, I'm in, and we start a round of gambling, which is one of the mechanics of Red Dragon Inn, we allow players the ability to fold on their turn. That is not something that is actually in the official rules. We basically introduced that, not realizing it wasn't part of the rules, that we just naturally thought you should be able to fold. So there you go.
You know, card games.
Card games, but apparently not. In the official rules, you're in until you sort of get yourself out without penalty, or alternatively the game of gambling is over. But it just allows another mechanic basically that people can go for. And the other one is, when drinking copies of a drink, effects can be placed on those of an individual drink. So if you have something like the mead, for instance, which is a drink with a value of 3, which is then split, you can share that with somebody according to the text on the card. That actually ends up being 2 drinks with 2 alcohol content in each of them. Somebody could put an effect on one of those drinks. That is also not in the rules, and is something.
Oh, you're supposed to affect both drinks.
No, it is just the one drink, and then it is the effect is split.
Oh,
the effect goes to both. But we specifically allow it to be, you can penalise an individual as opposed to the pair.
Because we imagine it's split into 2 separate drinks.
Yeah, because once it's split into 2 separate drinks, in our minds anyway, it was always a case of, well, those are 2 different drinks then. But in the game rules, actually, no. So there we go. Something to bear in mind. But
we're still going to play with our house rules anyway, because we enjoy them.
But exactly. So
stuck in our ways.
Shall we start off with who everyone is playing as? Let's go with familiars first, I think. So, Kevin.
Oh, back with me already.
If we're about familiars, I don't think you can get much familiar.
Okay, yeah. Not as always, but the most common character I play by popular demand, because everyone loves him so much. Everybody loves Gog, right?
Yeah, we love the dance with
fellas.
Gog is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, let me put on my steel toe boots.
Absolutely. You all love Gog, and Gog loves you if he gets the right card. Gog the half ogre, everybody, is he's big, green, and dumb, according to the back of the box, and that's not fair. But he tries really hard. He's just really nice. He likes to dance. He's not very good at dancing. He doesn't appreciate people laughing at him. He doesn't appreciate people not laughing with him. And he doesn't appreciate when people have a little pop at him, because he has a tendency to whack people back really hard. And what you'll see over the course of this game is people trying to load me up with drinks, because I have very little in the way of countering alcohol content.
But attacks, very much so. Gog is actually...
Gog like elven wine. Gog talk like this, by way.
Trying to remember,
tradition.
You're up to something like 3 or 4 KOs at 0... Like
zero,
2020.
We call it the 2020 knockout.
Yeah, the 20.
Yeah, the Kevin party piece is always being out with full health and maximum alcohol intake.
You've
because
done
of the way it goes.
Now.
It is something I actively try and do now. I've got like 5 or 6 characters that I've managed to go out like that with playing games with you guys.
I think I've managed to get knocked out with the 2020 as well. I call it 2020 because the max health you can get is 20, as is the max alcohol content. So
yes,
we have a Gog back. Fun fact: I think Gog is actually in their new title, "The Tales of the Red Dragon Inn."
I think Gog is actually quite popular with people.
Yeah,
in terms of as the character. I'm not sure he's that popular to play actually, but
he should be.
People love Gog.
Gog doesn't really have any gimmicks to him. Other than he's strong.
He's just he's strong. He hits you. He trends. Well, I always play him quite fairly in terms of if you leave Gog alone, he'll leave you alone. So everyone plays their characters with their own little spin anyway, right? So
moving on to, let's go anti-clockwise, Random Genius.
So, today I will be playing as Keat, the treasure hunter. He is effectively your Red Dragon in Indiana Jones knockoff. He's a goblin, quote, archaeologist. And basically his entire gimmick revolves around the fact that you have a deck of artifacts that you have no idea what they are. These artifacts represent my gold count for the game. So I don't start with any gold, instead I start with 10 artifacts.
And each artifact is worth 1 gold. Indeed.
So during the course of the game, I can bet an artifact or give an artifact to someone, and each artifact will have either a positive or a negative effect on it. Certain cards will allow me to show artifacts and allow me to know what they are. And basically, I get to cause havoc and yell at people that what they have belongs in a museum.
Yep. And to specify, Keat actually has more than 10 artifacts, but you have to shuffle them up and only select 10. You don't get to see their random. But I think there's 16 overall?
18.
Oh, it's 18.
18, yeah.
Next, we move around to Vija.
Hi, my name is Phil. I'm a orc entrepreneur, where basically I run Red Dragon Inn's versions of Starbucks. Star Tusks, very good. Oh yes, it's on there. I am firing firing on all cylinders right now.
It is your surname.
It's also your surname.
Yes, I didn't pick it for that, but maybe I did with how mentally out of it I apparently am. So the gimmick with me is I run a coffee shop, but basically I have a section where I get mix-ins. So when I draw my deck, occasionally I'll get a mix-in that gets put at the top, and then I get to add that as a modifier to people's drinks.
No.
Oh no. More drink modification.
Yay.
And if you're confused at the beginning there, everybody, when he said, "Hi, my name is Phil," we know that Vija's name is Phil, but his character is also Phil.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
to
Spelled fantasy, of course. P-H-Y-L-L.
Yes.
Bill Starstruck. Star Tusk. For frick's sake, Tusk. I am.
Starstruck.
He's a big fan.
Yeah, sure. Well, oh, this is going to go well for me.
If only you were able to give yourself a coffee.
I've already had enough coffee today. It's probably not a good idea to give myself more.
Coffee.
I made sure to save my second one for before this.
Shadowfox.
As instructed, we were told to read the back of the box, but that doesn't have much about my character, except it's on this second sheet to the left here with all the complicated rules that come along with the character.
Oh, God.
3 pages. But yes, today I am...
Did you choose a hard character?
I might
Yes.
have. But yes, I am Roxana, the adventurous chef, the head chef at the Red Dragon Inn. Adventurous because she experiments a lot with food and knows how to handle herself, which, considering the lot that are here today, is probably a good thing. Gog is friendly, but when he gets enough liquor down him, he's a bit of a wild one. I can put my cards on the cutting board rather than discarding them, and then use them to create fantastic recipes that I can then use as regular cards, but they're somewhat a little more buff than usual. So we'll see how that goes. Poorly is what I imagine.
And last but not least, I am Nerodia, the Petrifier. But some of you will more recognise her, if you could see her, as the Wench of the Villains Inn. So yes, they finally made her playable. So I am a Gorgon, and as you well know, staring at a Gorgon is slightly ill-advised. So the entire gimmick behind my deck is that I can petrify characters to free some of their cards. So they stay at the top of my sheet, let's go with. And as every turn, I lose one and it goes back to the user's hand. However, I can also use some of those petrified cards to buff up some of my own cards. It does mean I give them back to a player sooner, but hey, you know what? It's worth it maybe sometimes. And that is everyone. We're playing with Drink Deck 5, which none of us remember what's in the drink deck, so that's not really an issue.
Usually the higher the number, the more complicated and deadly the drink deck is.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
very quickly, guys. Basic mechanics. We'll all go around in taking in turns. We all have our own little various different types of action we can discard and draw. Do an action with an action card. We will then buy a drink for free, which we can then give to one of our other players. We will then drink whatever is the top card in our drink deck. We all have, or drink pile, I should say. We've all got one drink.
Yes, you always start
If there's
with
no,
one drink.
if there's no drink there, we'll sober up by one, which is fantastic and never happens ever.
It's happened once.
We're all too aware of each other's decks.
Yeah, you look
Yeah.
around the table. You go, "You've not got one. You deserve one."
Yes, we will hear that often. You deserve one. With the
You're looking
exception
a
of
little dry.
With the exception of Keith, who has his artifacts, we all have 10 gold. Various actions will cost a gold, and we'll explain those. If you run out of gold, we get kicked out of the inn. If we all start, I think, with this moment. Some characters don't, but we've all got 20 health, right?
Yeah,
20
20
health, 20
Yeah.
health, 20 fortitude. We also have 0 alcohol in us currently. The cards that will be played will either do something to us that will affect our fortitude or alcohol content or the gold. If the fortitude and alcohol content markers meet or cross, we are out because we are technically unconscious at that point due to being drunk. So that is the way we are. That is the way we are out of the game, and the last player standing wins, quite literally.
And it's important to note that you are out at the end of your turn. Or the end of that
Absolutely.
turn, I should
End
say.
of-
Yes.
We've
Still
had
perform
some
actions to
surpri-
screw people over, but as soon as that turn ends, you're out.
Also had some surprising comebacks, such as losing all your gold to only have a drinking contest to drink and
and then winning.
scrounging back a couple of coins.
Yeah, so long as you have one coin, you're fine. As
Yeah.
long as you're one ahead in terms of the fortitude versus the alcohol content, you're fine. Right,
With that,
Shadow
we-
Fox was starting, I think. Was he not?
Yes, we rolled
Yes.
beforehand, and Shadowfox got
In
lucky,
this
I guess.
In game we have we've got extra food from the chef, extra drinks from the wench, extra drinks from Tusk, and golden artifacts from Keith. So there's going to be a lot of extra cards flying around on this one.
Yeah.
So first
Enjoy
things
that, radio people.
first. Yes.
It's all right. We normally say what we're playing because we have to let the other
Yes,
players
we'll
know anyway.
tell you all the cards and we'll say what's going on, don't we?
But yes, first things first, I have to get myself a recipe out, which is a hearty vegetable soup, which is made of either 2 vegetables or a vegetable and a honey, which we'll see if any of my cards happen to place any of those down. Oh, well, you know what? It will. Careful, some ingredients fight back. Apparently these vegetables are quite potent. And this card allows you to pick another player and they lose 2 fortitude. Ooh, eeny, miny, mo. We'll start with Keith, taking 2 fortitude.
What have I done aside from not paying you for the food? Fine,
2 damage.
I will take the 2 damage.
You know Gog's popular when he's in like half the decks in the background somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a very expressive character though, as well.
He doesn't like whatever it is, some kind of weird root kind of
Oh, it's prickly pears.
prickly pet. Ah. But yes, with that, I now get to order a drink for someone. And, sure, you know what? Earth, you may have a drink.
Yeah, the wench can
You're-
handle her.
You're the wench. We'll tip you. And, what am I
You
drinking
tip a
today?
wench.
I'm drinking grog. Standard grog. 2 alcohol, which we'll take. And with
Now
that,
Shadow
that's the end
Fox
of my
doesn't have
turn.
any drinks in his deck, so someone will probably give him a drink before he gets to his next turn.
Yeah, usually it comes down to the next person making sure that there's one on the previous person's deck.
And so off to Star Tusks.
Straight into me. Right. Well, I think we should be very generous to our hosts. And I'm playing this as an anytime card, so I'm saying this is before I do my draw, or before my turn actually starts.
Yeah, that's right.
Pick a player, and they pay 1 gold to the inn. So I feel going to mispronounce this. Nihilistic.
I've always just pronounced it Nerodia.
Nerodia. Pay to the inn. It feels appropriate.
I work for the inn. They should be paying me, surely.
Taxes.
So then now I say my turn formally starts. I draw a card to bring it up to 7.
Oh, for reference sake, max hand size is 7, and we can draw up to that at the beginning of our turn.
If you have more than 7, you draw down. From 1 to your turn.
I choose to play the action of Baguette Battle.
Ooh, baguette. I might have
Sonic
one of those laying
baguette.
around.
Sonic
If I-
baguette.
Yeah.
I was going to
Pick
say I think I have one of those
another
lying
player.
around. And
Pick
it's actually my character in that picture as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it would be a bit on the nose to choose yourself.
But you could.
I could. So I'm going to choose Take the Heat.
Keith's getting hit again?
What?
Wait, that was me? What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow!
Have you lost 5 before we've even got around to you?
No, I feel like there's some.
The dangers of adventuring, I suppose. But
Unfortunately, Keith is a character that is just like a bit of a slimy character, and therefore maybe they just don't trust. Gog think unfair to small green individual.
I think they're thinking of someone else who is also a goblin, who is first of their name.
oh, he'll appear in my deck. Don't worry.
Probably at some point.
All right.
But first of his name, but we can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
It
pretty
can't
sure.
have been that important.
I'm pretty sure Nerodia likes bullying him.
Sure, it was Snargleflaff or something. Snagglepuss.
Snagglepuss,
That was the
yeah.
one.
Snagglepuss. Yes, that's right.
All right.
Snagglepuss. First of his name, exit stage left.
Drink
Now-
phase.
Drinks phase now, as is the custom for us. I order a drink for the person that doesn't have any because you're looking a little sober. And I flip my drink, and I am drinking contest. Oh,
All
no.
right.
How lovely.
Explain the
drink
drinking
deck.
contest for us, Phil.
So, each player reveals a card from the drink deck and drinks it. The player who reveals the drink with the highest alcohol content, even if they avoid the effects of the drink, wins 1 gold from each other player. If there is a tie, players who tied reveal the drink again until there is a winner. The effects of the drink event cards are ignored and they count as 0 alcohol content.
That's for chasers and anything else that might be
Yeah.
relevant.
Or,
Yeah.
Is
or
does
another
it say
drinking
with
contest.
chasers? Or did it just say?
The effects of a drink event cards are ignored. That's all it
Yeah.
says.
So I don't
Yes,
think we draw. Some of them it says you include chasers. Some of them they say ignore chasers. Just take the alcohol value.
So yes, when we say chasers, guys, some drinks have just the alcohol content on, and some have the alcohol content and then plus, which means that you draw another card if you have one, and then place it down. So in this instance, that isn't there, so it is just whatever the one drink is.
Yes, and customary, we start with whoever started the drinking contest. So
Whoever's fault it is.
I draw.
Yep.
And I flip. I am drinking zero. Round on the
Zero.
house. So I'm not
So, yeah,
winning.
that one is specifically a drink with chasers on that one mentioning, but
So I am drinking rice wine. If rice wine was not the result of a drink event or chaser, you may split it with another player. Unfortunately, this is part of a drink event, so I take the full effect, and it is 3 alcohol content.
a high
just
score
like-
and possible winning.
this is
Just
true.
like that's just like the mead I did at the beginning, guys.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what Gog has got. Gog have by way of booze. Oh, hello.
Oh,
That's a drink event, isn't
That's
it?
a drink event. So
It
that's
is,
zero.
it is a drink event, but it was fine ambrosia, nectar of the gods, which was a special drink from the wench. Apparently, you may pay 2 gold to the inn if you do 1 alcohol content, but plus 4 health.
Ooh.
Which doesn't
But
really
since it's
help.
a
Dog.
drink event, it's 0 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Ooh.
Dwarf and
Dwarven firewater.
Well,
We
while
have a
we're here-
new leader.
But
More
I
alcohol
think this,
content.
I think this
we'll
is a
deal
per-
with drink events and such after we've unveiled what everyone has. Okay?
yeah, it's
Here's me, last one around the table. I have got the Elven
Elven
wine.
wine.
Gog's Elven wine.
Hey, Gog, do you want to swap?
Gog envy, carrot wielding elf girl for drink. Gog always ends up with elven wine sometimes whenever we play, so it's now become a part of his lore. As far as we're concerned, he actually
Gog
quite
loves
likes
the
elven
Elven
wine.
wine.
The half ogre likes elven wine. It's just the way we do. Just part of the story for us.
Indeed.
So that means Nerodia wins. However, Nerodia is also going to play a card, and she's going to use her Dwarven Firewater as a perfect hair relaxer, which means she ignores the drink.
So we all give you.
The
One
wench
gold
thinks you
coin?
should stop playing with your drinks.
Ooh.
Oh, you bugger.
This
That
card,
is a yeah.
this card allows me to negate any sometimes card that is played to negate the effect of not taking a drink. So in this case, Nerodia has to take the fall for the Dwarven Firewater, unless they have another card to counter.
No.
Oh, another card. Isn't that usually
Well,
explicitly the I don't think so card, or is it?
Well, no, I can
They-
play
they may have
another
another-
card.
They may have
Yeah.
another card in their hand to change the drink again, such as rather than ignore it, they may reduce it down by 2.
I'm
Everybody
going.
has a wench thinks you should stop playing with your drinks card, and everyone also has, although some characters have a different equivalent, an I don't think so card, which is the equivalent of an ultimate nope.
Yeah.
He's like, it's just like, I want to play this, no! And the only way that can be counted is with another one of those cards. So.
Who else owes me gold?
Well, I don't owe you
Oh,
a gold.
I owe you
I
gold.
do owe you an artifact instead.
Yes, that's. Once I've got everyone
Here's
else's
your
gold, I'll see what that is. I'm still missing 1 gold.
I'm at 9.
Well, we're all at 9, so you can't possibly be.
Oh no, yeah, no, I had to pay
I
one
didn't
in.
make
You're
you pay
counting
one.
yourself.
That's and I have Pookie's Rabbit's Foot, which Pookie's not particularly happy with. Immediately after you turn this artifact face up, lose 2 fortitude. You may reduce or ignore this fortitude loss as though it came from an action card. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any action cards that allow me to do that.
Spooky does not like you using his kind as trinkets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, Pookie
unfortunately-
is a rabbit, everybody.
Yes.
So, unsurprisingly, presenting him with a rabbit's foot, not a good idea.
However, I still get to keep the card because card is just worth 1 gold now.
Yes.
Indeed.
The effect never happens again, but
No,
it's
yeah,
an
now
action.
it's been flipped up. That is now just a gold coin.
So yes, and that's the end of Vija's turn, I think.
There's a lot happened for Vija's turn.
Yeah.
Definitely needs drinking.
Yep.
So
Is
Keith, you're
T.O.
up.
Black still here?
Yes. Hello. I haven't been knocked out quite yet.
Not through lack of us
I might be
trying,
out next
apparently.
turn though. It all depends really. So I'm going to keep what I have. So I'm just going to draw up to 7. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Right. Well, I'm sorry, Phil, but it looks like that artifact I've just shown you was booby-trapped. Pick another player, they lose 2 fortitude, and I reveal an artifact. So
Unless
do
there's
you-
a negation card here.
Nope. Okay. So I have a new artifact that's been revealed, which is the Helm of the Great Grandfather, an artifact that can be played as a sometimes card. This allows me to ignore an action, sometimes, or anytime card that affects my fortitude.
That sounds handy right now.
Yeah, it does.
So you're basically paying a coin to pay someone to leave you alone, in a way.
Pretty much, yes.
Did you use Phil? You attacked, right?
It was Phil, yes.
Yeah. Vija needs to lose 2 health then.
Sorry, I apologies. My headset dropped off for a second.
No problem. If you have a card that can negate that, you can play it now.
Much thinking.
Okay,
You can
2
actually-
fortitude
you
loss,
can hear
wasn't
the
there?
cogs.
Yeah, 2. Yep.
Okay, no worries. That's fine.
No worries.
Just looking at the art of that, because it does mention it on the card that we can see. The Helm of the Great Grandfather is the great grandfather of Dimly, who's a dwarven character, and there's one that we've not played for a very, very long time.
Yeah, he's
True.
one of the early ones, which is the problem.
He's one of the
early ones
first
are a
8,
bit-
isn't he?
Yeah, the first 8 are a bit
Yeah.
boring.
Well, Gog's one of the first 8.
Gog,
Gog is
You call Gog boring?
No, Gog's the most
Oh.
interesting one of them because he's the only one that
Gog-
can deal 5
Gog
damage.
thinks backpedal you do very
Yes,
fast.
I think that's backpedaling, and as such, you're
I-
getting a drink.
Yeah, that's
Gog.
fair.
Gog notice mouthy man also rich. So Gog use anytime card, which as title means, yes, anytime it can be used. Gog says you tip wench now. And
All right,
the
here you
other
go,
wench, not you.
All right, when she go, have a
You
lucky
tip
rabbit's
wench.
foot.
Yes, you do that.
I'll go
You
there
tip
somewhere.
you tip proper wench.
Actually,
1 gold.
because there are
Give gold
3
to in.
wenches now.
The
aren't there?
wenches had
Yeah.
something equivalent of 1 gold, which is a lucky rabbit's foot, which has already had the punishment. So
Anyway,
Right.
it's gone.
It's gone.
He's down to gold.
It's down to gold. Now I have to take my drink, and that is, jeez, Pixie Punch. It is a level. It is a 3 alcohol content card, and yeah, it's not looking good for me. It's not looking good for me at all. I have
Well,
to
the plus
take.
side is
Ooh,
you'll be left alone a bit after this.
I have to take the drink. So, for reference's sake, my health is at 15. My alcohol content's at 6. I am by far the worst off at the minute, and it's not even everyone's had a turn yet.
No, I mean, let's say the difference between the tokens
very
so
healthy
far
Gog.
is, yeah, the Gog is at 20, Phil's at 18, Roxanne at 15, Neroda at 14, and then Keat at 9. So Keat is probably going to be left alone for
I
at
will
least a
tell
round
you,
of the table.
I could have given Keat an extra 4.
That would have been cruel.
That's why I didn't do it.
You see,
I think-
we're nice here, ish.
I think TA Black might be the first person to give us give us their monthly watchings and playings. I think.
Hmm.
But it is Gog's turn now.
Indeed, I was just reading the bottom of the Pixie Punch card actually, because it's actually got like a Pixie Punch's slogan. When you need a little private pixie time, it's got to be Pixie Punch.
TM. Yeah, there's an
Exactly.
actual TM at the end of it
There's
as
an
well.
actual TM, yeah. Right, so Gog have 6 cards because he used anytime cards, so he can draw up.
So it's quite fun to be able to use anytime cards right before you draw just to make some
Yes,
space.
sometimes. Oh, that's helpful. Gog concern about money in this financially unstable period. Have you seen economy?
Sadly.
Have you seen economy and tax rates?
Mm.
Yeah.
Interest rates going up all time. Bank of Gogland especially tell this. So Gog must raise the cash. So
This is by gambling.
so the best way to do that is not to gamble. No. Gog not gamble. Gog showcase skills he learned at summer camp. Gog crush beer stein on head. Incredibly impressive. Impressive and frightens everybody. Everybody pays Gog 1 gold because it's so impressive. And as they imagine, Gog do this to their skull.
It was very vivid.
Very vivid.
Well, Gog, my good friend, I have to say that sometimes an important dig yields nothing but piles and piles of gold. So rather than an artifact, I'm going to give you a gold from the end.
Ah.
Gog appreciates.
I'm not sure Gog minds where his gold comes from.
Gog appreciates. Although that does mean that tip to wench now taken from wench.
No, she's still got her lucky rabbit's foot.
So Gog will
Gog-
figure this out in spare time. Right. Anyway, it is Gog's turn to have a drink, of course. So, so he's going to buy a drink.
Buy a
Buy a
drink,
drink.
yes.
Hey,
And
Gog,
you
give her a
know
first.
what? And
There are a
there's
couple of
two
empty.
people who have got no drinks at the minute.
That needs to be
So
rectified.
Oh, dare they? How dare they?
tall coffee man, get drink. Yes, we'll try and spare poor Keat over there for the time being. Gog,
Hey, at
be.
least I didn't play as Nitrell, otherwise I would be out first round.
You would, yes.
Nitrell, who is the
bomb
bomb-wielding lady goblin, and Keat's sister.
Keats this
think
thing.
so.
Right, yep. And there's the one always played by Nibal to great fun that one.
I enjoy your
The character Nibal plays Nitrell like
Find
I'm
him.
gonna hate this character. You're gonna hate this character, so I'm gonna be the heel, and that's great. Love it when that happens. Right,
God plays
Gog,
himself.
yeah. Gog do drink. Gog is drinking. Oh, hello. An ogre.
brew.
Oh, hello. Now, this
Oh,
affects
hang
me
on.
differently. Okay. So, this is an ogre brew, which has a couple of values on it. It's 2 alcohol content and -1 health, unless you are an ogre or half ogre, which obviously Gog is. And then it's 3 alcohol content. I am not interested in doing that. So, Gog will say, this tastes yucky. And he will accidentally spill it all over the table onto the floor, and the wench will now have to mop it up. I'm sorry.
No.
Ah.
The wench
But-
brought that out for you specially. The wench thinks you should have another one. I think she should bring you another one of those ogre brews. Stop.
What was this? The wench. It's the wench thinks you should stop playing with your drinks. Okay. Gog thinks you should.
Gog's got the target now.
Gog is thinking.
It's also
Gog-
wench number 2.
Indeed.
Yes.
It's the wench's mum.
Although there is
I
that
thought it was
is
Francis.
that is a free. What did Gog say that this tastes yucky? Well,
Yes.
Gog say this tastes yucky again. Gog plays second. This is yucky card, and will ignore this drink. Thank you very much indeed. Gog stay at 20-0. Thanks very much. However, as is tradition, you have got Gog's attention.
I
Silly
see
cooking
dancing
girl,
in
you have
future.
got Gog's attention. Yes. The last time we played, everybody just came at Gog from the get-go for some bloody reason. I don't know why. It's on the YouTube channel. Look it up. Everyone decided just to pick on Gog, and Gog just went absolute nuclear option on everybody. So watch it if you know what's good.
Right.
It is now Urfart's turn. Urfart, who is silly snake hips lady.
Well, first of all, let's discard some cards because I don't particularly want to go gambling, nor do I want to go gambling.
So what about gambling? Have you considered gambling?
I considered it because I don't actually have any action cards left in my hand, so let's hope I get another one.
More gambling, isn't it?
Maybe. But I will also say I cannot play an action card because I don't have any. So let's go straight to the drinks phase. We take 1 to the random genius. Keat was dry, and I've got 3 drinks, so this could be terrible. So my first drink, and the only one I'm going to be drinking, thankfully, Gnomish Inspirational Ale. Draw 2 cards from your character deck. So
Extended
I'll
hand.
take that.
And it's 2 alcohol content.
2 alcohol content, but I also get to draw 2 cards, which is kind of nice. So now you,
Both gambling cards, right?
one of them is.
Yeah. We try not to gamble. Guys.
I will tell you now, though,
We can
I
avoid
still don't have any action cards.
It's one of those. Oh no, one of those has. We just can't do
Oh,
anything at
no.
all.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Well-
just can't do anything.
So
Okay,
he's got a raise then, is what we're saying. He's got...
okie dokie. So that's once around the board. I think it's time for. Well, who would like to talk about their month?
Do you want me to go first, seeing as the fact that I'm probably going to be knocked out in the next couple of...
You wait, he'll win after all this, but go. Yes,
Probably.
he should be.
Okay, so it doesn't feel as though it has been that long since we last did the last batch of recording. So realistically, there's not really been that much that has been changed in terms of new stuff I've been watching. The only other things really have been the fact that I've decided to catch up with Only Connect, one of my favorite game shows that has been made. Basically, find links between seemingly random clues, and it's as simple as that, basically. Really worthwhile looking if you enjoy your lateral thinking puzzles and that kind of thing. Along with that, another game show that started back up again, which Kev certainly is aware of because I mentioned it to him, and that is Taskmaster, the ever-evolving series of comedians trying to do ridiculous tasks for the amusement of Greg Davis and Alex Horn.
Yeah, it's. I've been watching some older episodes of that.
So, basically, I've mentioned this before in previous LMC casts, so just copy and paste stuff from there into here. In terms of games, there's only really been there's two major games that I've been playing a lot of recently. One of them is the ever-present and ever-evolving Final Fantasy XIV. I am now up to the Endwalker content, which is which I believe they label as the current content, as it is the most recent expansion for the game.
Yes,
So-
although we're now deep into the patches, but it still will be until summer next year.
So I might actually get to finish it before then. Here's hoping.
Chop chop.
And aside from that, another game I've been playing quite a bit of, and basically via the Xbox Game Pass, and it's a game called Sea of Stars. It's by the same development team that did one of my favorite indie games of recent years, which is The Messenger. And if The Messenger was a love letter to platform games akin to Ninja Gaiden, this is a wonderful homage to SNES era RPGs, in particular Chrono Trigger. The basic plot is that you play as two of these people known as Solstice Warriors, who have to go explore the world and try and stop an evil entity known as the Fleshmancer from taking over the world, because classic RPG tropes.
Also, lovely name.
Yeah.
Also, it does sound like it's a possible porno now.
I am
basically-
concerned.
So basically, you go around and you have to try and solve all these myriad of issues, as well as taking down down all of the various minions of the big bad. And it basically is a really nice RPG. It's nothing too fancy. There's no real bells and whistles to say, oh, this is we're doing it this way, doing this way. It's basically a case of it's a nice 2D isometric view game, very much like Secrets of Mana, very much like Final Fantasy VI. Again, very much like Chrono Trigger in terms of its styling. It's very accessible, as there are many ways you can alter the game to make it easier or harder on yourself. So if you just want to play through the game casually, there's an option to say, okay, all your characters can have 100% extra health and you can heal at the end of every battle. Or if you want to make it harder, you can go, well, make it harder so it's harder to hit bonuses. So there are various things that this game takes from other RPG titles. So from Chrono Trigger, it has the ability for people in your team to pair up to deliver devastating combo attacks for higher damage or for healing. From the Paper Mario series, and the Mario and Luigi series, there are action commands which allow you to deal more damage or reduce the damage you take by properly timing the A button when attacking or defending. And it's very much a game made with love. I can tell that people who made it have a reverence for this style of game, much in the same way as they had for The Messenger. And it doesn't have quite the same level of tongue-in-cheek, self-referential humor that The Messenger has, but it still has a couple of things in it. It's played a lot more straight, but I think it works really well for this game. So, yeah, if you enjoy classic RPGs, by I say classic, I mean SNES, PS1 era RPGs, seek out Sea of Stars. You might be pleasantly surprised. Oh, and I've also been playing more Pizza Tower as well.
I was going to say, there was one other game I'm surprised you'd not to chat about, Storyteller.
Yeah, it's Storyteller's. Okay, so Storyteller is a puzzle game where basically you're given a prompt and a whole bunch of scenes and characters. So, for example, it may say at the prompt of maiden rescued by prince, and you're given scenes such as a forest or a cauldron, and characters such as a witch and the maiden and the prince. And basically, you've just rearrange these scenes and characters into ways to make the statement true. So, for example, for Prince Rescues Maiden, it could be the fact that you turn the maiden into a frog, Prince meets the frog, and then the prince kisses the frog, and voila, you've solved the puzzle. And basically, it covers a wide myriad of genres. So you've got got traditional sort of Shakespearean era, or sort of Shakespearean era stuff. You've got sort of the Sherlock era of stuff. You've got sort of homages to Dracula and such.
Bible.
Yeah, it's fine. I just found it very easy and just not.
Yeah, that's fair. The new challenges they added with the stamps are kind of interesting. Just because they get you to see some things that you probably wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Yeah,
but
they effectively have replaced the achievements in the game. So they used to have something like 15 achievements to do those things, and they've taken those away and just changed them into stamps instead.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think it's a cute little thing. For the price it's not too bad. It's very short as well.
Yeah, I think I played it in under 2 hours.
Ironically, since there's an achievement for playing it for over 2 hours now.
Yeah.
No, but I thought it was worth bringing up just as an extra one.
Yeah, true. I say it's fine. If you like that kind of thing, I think it's just a try and see if it sort of suits you, basically.
They have promised there'll be more updates for it though, so it'll be interesting to see if they add stuff.
Oh, speaking of puzzles and updates, I don't think I've mentioned this before. Case of the Golden Idol.
Oh yes, I think I've mentioned it on one of the streams, but there was an update to it.
Yes. So that was an extra DLC that was released for Case of the Golden Idol, basically a murder mystery investigative game where you basically have to try and figure out what's happened in the scene that you're presented by investigating people, items, and following logical steps from there. It's a game that myself and Earthart have played and really enjoyed. So they've released the second of the DLCs for the game with 3 brand new puzzles to solve, with a brand new story thread, and I thoroughly enjoyed that more than Storyteller.
That's fair. I definitely enjoyed it more, although for some reason it's always the second case that's the hard one in those DLCs.
True. Although there were a couple of semantics that threw me up for the third one.
Yeah, that's fair. So, although I will say Curse of the Golden Idol, or Case of the Golden Idol, sorry, is one I almost want to try doing, or watching other people do on streams, see how they cope with it.
Very much how Return of the Obra Dinn.
Yes, very much so. Which me and Kev need to finish at some point.
That is
restart.
True.
Yeah, it's probably worth his restarting because you kind of want to do it. It might be like one we do like both streams of the week just to make sure you guys keep it fresh in your mind. But yes, anything else, or shall we continue with the game?
I think we shall continue with the game and see if we can break the record of being knocked out.
No, I'm sure we've
the
knocked
record
someone
has
out.
been around and people feeling very guilty about it, remember early.
Yes. Some people.